You're 72 years old.
Yes.
And you're out here in the streets.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's something that you have to. It's like a flat tire. You have to get out and fix it. So that's how it is on the streets. You know, you're driving a flat. So you have to somehow find a way to fix it. Maybe run on sand for a little while, but you still will find a way to fix it if you stay with it. You know, because if you give up, it's only going to get worse. You can't give up. If you do, you defeated yourself, and you don't want to defeat yourself. You want to put the power in God and fight. He'll give you the strength to go through every ring, every round, if you believe. And that's what encourages me. And I see, like you said, Miami, you got a lot of people here that believe in God. That's because they know there's no other way. You either that or count yourself out. You're knocked out in the first round. You know, and you know it inspires me a whole lot. You know, hold on. It's an unchanging hand. God's not going to change. He might change. God's going to be consistent. Follow His rules, you'll receive His blessing. If you go against His rules, you receive the blessings of the other one, the alter evil, which we know his name, Satan. So, you know, I'm very blessed to wake every day up and see that I'm not alone. You know, and that by me not being alone, you know,
Why
I
won't you
don't.
answer me? Hello? This is your cell phone. What do you think? You're just not gonna answer me? You keep me in your pocket like I'm some dirty little. Why won't you?
It's a super old ringtone. I can remember that from like 10 years ago. That's awesome. Oh my God, answer me.
Yeah, I fell in love with it. I just can't
It's
go
so
back.
funny. Super funny.
But
Yeah. So, yeah, I found when I asked people, what's their reason to keep going? Because being out here seems very difficult. The heat, the constant uncertainty of what's going to happen. So I feel like it's very easy for people to check out and say, I give up. So I ask a lot the question of what keeps you going. And the answer is 8 times out of 10 is God. And I think that's very good that a lot of people here have faith.
I share my faith every chance I get. Everyone. And I don't hesitate.
Were you always a believer?
Like I said, I lost my parents and my grandmother and my uncles and my aunties. You know, you see so many people that were believers go, you know, till you kind of, they prayed for me. If they hadn't prayed for me, I would be sitting here with you right now. And because of that faith and their prayers, you know, I was redeemed. So I can't think no other way. Can't go no other way. 'Cause that's what I come to accept. I miss them, but I have to keep going on what they lived on. And because of that, I encourage as many people as I can. I didn't get to be 72 years old by accident with my higher power because I had faith. He chose to wake me up every morning. He chose to provide meals for me. He chose for me to be in the company of people, to not lose faith. Yeah, you know, you driving with that tire, but you're going to come up on a service station. You're going to come up on somebody with another tire to help you keep going. Just hang in there. And that's my belief. And because of that, I try and encourage as many people as I can. You know, you keep going, you get there. You don't keep going, you're not gonna make it. And that's what we have to believe. And I'm grateful to see other believers. It warms my heart, you know, to see other believers because that's the difference in a good day and a bad day for me. I go through a bad day and don't see many believers. I kind of, hey, where did I turn wrong on? And I do. It lets me know God can find me when I can't even find myself.
Where do you think your life would be right now if you didn't believe in God?
Well, I had a posse I grew up with. I was the only believer. Even though I wasn't, quote, you know, all the way just, but I had people praying for me. And when I talked to older people, they told me things that I thought about. And my whole crew is dead. I'm the last person. And it's like, I believe that that's his choice, not mine. Because I put myself in some situations that I was not supposed to walk away from. But he chose to walk me away from it. Because maybe he knew what would happen in the future that I didn't know what would happen then. I've lived for the moment, not always the moment. And, you know, I, after I saw so much, you come to the conclusion, if you see everything, if you see an ocean, and you say, that's water out there. And you say, no, that's sand. But you're looking at all the water. It's not sand, it's water. So my life has showed me so much the same direction that God has the power to believe. You know? And it doesn't deter me when I fall into hard times. I mean, every situation I got into, God got me out of it. And He always brought me to better situations. I'm grateful. It's an honor to meet you and talk with you. I really feel.
Can you tell me what happened? You said you became homeless 6 months ago, right?
Yes, sir.
What led you to becoming homeless?
Uh, in my apartment, I got involved with not encouraging relationship. And because of that relationship, it led to my spending habit. So my spending habit got a little bit overboard. So because of that, I couldn't pay rent. In Miami, it's a situation where you have to be on a tight budget to pay your rent. So if you don't stick to that budget, they don't mind, you know. And that's where my determining because I got emotionally involved with somebody I shouldn't have. But I'm human. God knows that. That's why since I've been out here, He hasn't deterred me. He hasn't scorned me. He only let me realize what He want me to see. And just like any father, like your son, you see your son drifting. Okay, boy, you gonna wake up. And when you come to the realization, you come on, son. And that's how I feel like God is with me. Which I choose to call Jehovah. I mean, it's called a lot of names, Jesus Christ, Moses, whatever. But because of that, I don't feel, I never feel fatherless. I feel like my dad is dead, my mom is dead, but he took over when they weren't there. I was adopted. Adopted. And, it's been a mission in my life. When I lost my apartment, I really felt deterred because after that, the relationship ended, came on my own. But God talked to me in my sleep. He said, don't be afraid to be alone. And because of that, it put me in a whole different situation in my life. And now I'm stronger now. I'm not judgmental. I'm very compassionate and I'm very warm hearted to people. And God has brought me in the company of some people that I probably wouldn't have met if I'd have been there with that wrong situation, a wrong relationship. God brought me here and I'm so joyful. People that I'm meeting, man, it's like yourself, man. I mean, my whole day is sun might be cloudy, but the sun's out on me right now. Because I feel the warmth of God in my life, in my heart. So these are things that my grandmother told me when I was young. She said, "Boy, the difference between a good day and a bad day is your attitude." Still resonates in my mind. So my attitude is very good. Just weak, encouraging people. I remember that. You're very encouraging. What you're doing is encouraging because it's trying to wake other people up to the reality that they're living in a whole different world. It's a world out here they have no clue about. But until somebody introduced them to it, I didn't know nothing, no idea about this. But now I know.
You had never been homeless before.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I like to bring awareness to people is how easy it is to end up here. Like Miami rent is incredibly expensive, super expensive. And most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people don't save. So they fall into a situation like yours, can't afford to pay the rent, and they're out here. It's so easy.
But it's not the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's just another step in life we go through. Because he's always going to find a way to get you through whatever you're going through. You have to believe, you know. And some people thinking that they living, they got it all, have to realize it just takes time. It's all gone. So, you know, don't feel that just because you're doing it today, tomorrow might be the same. You know, time to take only one mistake. Time to take two. Time to take three.
I wake up every day, and the first thing that I do is thank God for health. Thank God that I still have my family. There's so many things that, like you just said, can be taken away from you like this, and you don't really know it until it happens to you. I had a conversation the other day. You know, we all feel like we're invincible
Yeah.
until my heart's failing. I could die. I had a conversation with an older gentleman. We all think we're invincible,
Yeah.
and we never think that something like this can happen. Uh, what was that shock like to you one day? Hey, you need to be out on the streets now. What was that mental process for you?
Woo! Emotionally, physically, I went through the trauma. I went through all the trauma, the heartlessness, the I don't, you know, I'm hurting. You know, I don't want to be alone. But you know, I had to go through what I had to go through for healing to come in. Sometimes we fall, but the victories is getting back up, and this is a part of my getting back up. I mean, just to, you know, to hear the truth, hear the reality. What you may not get a chance to witness, but just to hear of it. You know, it's heartwarming. People might tell me about you, people like you, brothers like you, until I witness them. Wow, it's encouraging. Let me know. Even if one day I don't wake up, I know in my spirit, still warriors out there. I'm lifted. Makes my sleep much better. I mean, I know health is important, and God has been good to me. Only thing I suffer from is epilepsy. That's it. That's because I'm young wildlife, but I can run with a backpack. You know, I can do push-ups.
And I gotta tell you, you're in great shape for 72, man. You look good. You look very good. I wouldn't put 72, man.
Thank you. And I was once like you. You're in good health. I'm proud of you. You're my son, man. That's mine. But you know, in spirit, you're my brother. And I'm very. It's like you're proud to see me. You can do the same thing. Just keep your faith. And God will keep you. He'll just have faith in Him. He'll keep you with everything. And that's where we sometimes we get out here and we lose that. We caught up in the materialistic things of life, and we lose our faith in God. We lose our the attendance to God. But if you keep that, He'll make sure you get it. If we stumble, you stumble. So a lot of people can get out here and think, "Oh, I got it. I don't need God." It's really happy.
Do you have any kids?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
You have a daughter? How old's your
Two
daughter?
grandsons. Yeah, she's in the 38. She'll be on 40. No, 38. She'll be 39 this year. So
Does she know about your situation? No.
after me and her mom divorced, I've I've been doing pretty good. This is the furthest down I've ever been, but I never knew nothing about this. I mean, I never knew nothing about homelessness.
Yeah.
I had no idea. So this is showing me that this is another level of life that I was never exposed to. But now that I've been exposed to it, like, whoa, now I know what they go through. I see people going through stuff. Look the way they look. I mean, excuse me. It kind of hurts you to see people go through what they go through. And I think I'm going through something. It really don't make me hold my head down. It just me to encourage, hold my head up. And not just to pray for my situation, pray for everybody. Because there's people out here, man, don't have nothing coming in and surviving because they believe in God. And if I can encourage them, you tell them, don't be too tall to not get on your knees. Never think you're too tall to get on your knees. If you don't get on them, something gonna put you on them. You might not get up. Get them on your own. Good chance you get back up. So it's things like that that God has warmed my heart to witness and to do what He want me to do. It's not always about me. I've had a good life. God has blessed me. But now, maybe I have to accept what He want me to do. Meet people. Get encouragement from people. I don't feel like this is a permanent situation. It's only temporary. Right? And I know that He's going to lift me back up. But I have to see what He want me to see. Something He want me to see. And I hope through my sight, I can show people that this is not where you want to be, but it exists. But you don't want to be because you're so used to living this way. So we have to understand that when we live responsibly and live a life that's responsible, you will be responsible. If you get unresponsible in any kind of way, this is what your unresponsibility will bring you to. A lot of people are here because they left things that they could have kept. And they left relationships they could have kept. My situation, like I say, is not detrimental, but it's bad. But I've seen worse. I've seen people with walkers, crutches, legs cut off. What you doing out here? What happened? They really can't give me a good answer. They don't know. I tell them, man, you got to believe in God. Don't never give up on God. Give up on yourself before you give up on God. He'll take you through. You know? And it's like He gives you the opportunity to meet people. Take that moment. Don't say, oh, I ain't got time for you. Take that moment. Because that moment might be the one you need. So I don't turn my back on nobody. Sometimes people will wear you welcome out. But most of the time, people want to help you much as you want to help yourself. You just have to discern the spirit. Pray for the discernment. Because it comes with prayer. I just hope with my my interview with you that it will help people to see how important you are. It's like we need you. They need you. Because a lot of things they wouldn't see because of you meeting me and bringing it to them. Their world could be a whole lot different from this world. And like I say, some days you have to go without eating. Some days you have to go without showering. Some days you have to go without. But some people, man, I used to let my phone out a lot, but people drop it and break it. And to a quarter. Man, I went through 7 phones this year. So it's time for me to kind of reckon that a little bit. But it's people that need that. So you are doing something that a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to stop, take time. Sunday, this is my day off, man. I'm going to do something. For you to take the time in your life and give it to me, I'm honored. And I hope that someone sees this and understand where your heart is, and about what you have, what you can give.
Thank you, man.